Alicia here. Thank you for joining in. I am starting a little live video tonight and I wanted to share with you my new Save Yourself a Bucket Load mortgage formula. So I thought the best way to talk about it and to show you what's in it, because there's lots of really good pieces of meaty information in it, as well as it being a fairly simple 5-step process to follow. The best way for me to show it to you and for you to see what savings you can have with it is for me to do a live. So I thought I'll pop on in and I'll do a live, and it'd be great to get your feedback on it and to see what you think about it. So when I was doing the work for putting together what we do when we do our mortgage or our home loan phone calls and our communications and check-ins with the bank, I plotted that all down. In fact, just quickly show you, that's all of the information and the detail that we work through that we normally follow, and that came up with a 5-step process, and that 5-step process is what I've got here, and it's the 5-step process which is here as well. Fairly simple, and I'll just move the camera back a bit so you can see that, and I'll hop in here as well. There we go. So that 5-step process, first of all, starts with number 1, documents. And it's really it's one document, most likely. It is your home loan statement. So you just pick up your most recent home loan statement, and we've all got those, either they get electronically sent out to you or you've got a paper copy. And there's a couple of key pieces of information you want to look at and you want to highlight or note down from that statement. And those things are, oops, I've got my wrong pages set up here. You want to look and see what your current interest rate is. Lots of people, in fact, I think it was the Australian Bureau of Statistics did a survey, and 85% of people don't know what their current home loan interest rate is. So make sure you know what it is. And I've said earlier today, if it's got a 3 in front of it, you definitely need to ring your bank, because it should have a sorry about that. The other parts, look and see if you've got any fees that you get charged. Look and see what the current amount of the balance is owing, because that's really important to know how much that is. Work out what your minimum repayment is, how often you pay, and what kind of loan it is. This is really key. Is it an interest only loan, or is it an interest and principal home loan? Because that will make a difference when you get to step 2. So have all that information, note it down. Step 2 is you're going to do a little bit of desktop research. So you get on your desktop computer or your laptop or your phone, and essentially you start looking around and seeing what the interest rate is that other banks have. There's a couple of websites. One's called Finder and the other one is CanStar, and you can look at those and they summarize some of that information for you. Otherwise, just go to some of the big banks that you know. We've got the big 4 banks here in Australia. There is subsidiaries that are part of those big 4, like UBank. And then there's a whole lot of other online banks as well. So just check out those, find out what their interest rates are. And in the bonus section of my handout there, I have got a little table that you can fill in, and you can essentially have a look at that and see what you need to fill in, which is going to be really handy for your second section. The third step. That third step is calling the bank. Now, it's really important when you call the bank. In fact, out of all of this that I've just gone through, the most important part is ask what it is that you want. And in this case, you need to ask for the interest rate that you want, because you've done that research before. You've found out from what the other banks, what they're offering, and most likely I would say there's some that are offering a lot less than what maybe you're on. So ask for what it is you want in terms of your interest rate, and particularly if you have fees and other banks don't have fees, ask for that too. You don't want fees, not at all. That's another thing that is eating away at your financial freedom and your financial independence. So you're going to call the bank. In my Save Yourself a Bucket Load mortgage formula, in here it talks about things that you can, words or phrases, how you can write that script, or how you can have those few key pieces of information that you want to talk about when you make that phone call. So you're going to call the bank. It talks about a few other things that you need to have a look at. There's a couple of steps there and handy hints essentially to make that phone call as successful as possible. Step 4, good news. The bank said yes, they will decrease your home loan rate. So that's great news. So there's a couple of things there that you want to make sure happen so that you get that rate as soon as possible. Also, if in the unfortunate circumstance the bank says no, they're not going to reduce your home loan rate, there are 4 steps that you can then take, and I've written those down there. So go and see what they are so you can follow them. Step 5, for that, it's what do you do? So you've had the success. You've got your home loan interest rate reduced. You've now got this amount of savings. If you have a home loan of around about $500,000 per year, and you get your interest rate that you have reduced on your home loans about 0.65%, you are going to be saving over $2,000. So what are you going to do with that $2,000? It's easy enough spent, easy enough kind of, used up on our daily expenses or those kinds of things. It's easy to fritter it away. You've worked hard for that. You've put that hour's worth of work in. What are you going to do with that $2,000? So you can save it. You might have something that you're saving for as a family. You can invest it. You might have some investments already going. You can put it into your rainy day fund for those times when you don't want to be caught out if something unexpected happens. Or alternatively, you can say to the bank, thank you very much for my home loan interest rate being reduced. Please keep my home loan repayments the same. Keep them the same. And what that means is not only are you saving money, but that extra money that's going to be going back into your home loan is going to keep compounding from a positive effect. And it means that your home loan is going to be paid off so much faster. Every single bit counts. So that's your different options. Or you might have something else. You might have a key debt that you want to have paid off, and if you can use those savings from your home loan interest rate being reduced, even better. Put it into something there. Try and think about not having it put just back in the bank account, because an extra $50 or $45 or $50 a week easily goes. Whereas if you put it towards something, it's a real bonus for you. The 2 other really, really key pieces is you must celebrate. So any of these wins where you've put that little bit of work in, as I say, it's about an hour's worth of work. If you've made these savings, celebrate it. However you want to do that with your family. Please don't spend all the savings that you've just made. However, go out for takeaway. Maybe buy yourself a special bottle of wine, but definitely celebrate, because I think it's really worthwhile to do. Thank you. And please tell me, share your wins with me. I can't wait to hear about your wins. And if it isn't so successful, tell me that too, because I've got some other little ideas that I can share with you. If it doesn't work out and you don't get the interest rate that you really want, or the reduction or the decrease, or if you don't get any at all, tell me, because I'd love to see what I can do to help you out. But I think in most cases, I was going to say to you as well, on one of the Facebook groups that I just participate in, there was somebody had written about home loans, and they were saying that I think there was about 5 people that were commenting. They said in the last couple of days they've all got decreases, and some of them were really good decreases in their home loan interest rate. And 2 of them didn't even telephone their bank. All they did was emailed their bank, and they got their interest rate was reduced. So at least, if you're not going to call, please just email them and see what your bank does for you. So the last part is I just wanted to show you, so not only have I put the 5 steps together, there's lots of little hints and tips under those 5 steps to make this as easy as possible and, of course, most successful for you. I want you to have a great savings from this. This is the whole purpose. Let's put 1 hour's worth of work in. Let's see what you can get out of it. And in addition, I have put together a bonus section. So that bonus section is a little bit of a resource, how you can put together some information and make it most easy to use when you do these, a little bit of a process. some suggestions for what you can say. So if when you're speaking to the bank, there's some words that the bank, it triggers them. And I've put those words in there and how to say those words, because those words and the way that you say it can really mean that the bank understands that you're serious about wanting an interest rate, your interest rate reduced. And the fourth one is also, who should you speak to? So, you know, if you speak to, just ring up the bank and speak to anybody, or you pop into your local bank and just speak to the bank teller, they most likely will not have the authority to be able to approve a decrease in your interest rate. There are particular people in the bank whose job it is to keep you as a customer, because you're paying lots of interest. They want to keep you. So it's their job to keep you, and they can go out of their way. So I've written some information about that. How do you get to those people? Because if you don't get to those people, this may not be as successful, this process, as it can be. So thank you very much for coming in and joining me for the live. I hope that's essentially, if you want to have this document, if you go onto my Facebook page, that budget stuff, I've put a link there, how you can then go and get, if you put it in your email details, and then you will be able to get sent this link, and you can download it and look it all up, and essentially have a good look, work through it. Please share with me your win. I can't wait to hear about it, because I know you will have a win. So get back and share that with me, and good luck. Can't wait to hear how you're going to go with getting your home loan interest rate reduced and getting those savings. Thank you.